Alright guys, today I want to clarify some things that I've been talking about, histamines and leaky gut, just to pull it all together because I feel like it's been bits and pieces here and there as I've learned and tried to apply certain things for me and Gabriella to feel better. I'm going to start by explaining the histamines, and then me and Dee will show you how to make sauerkraut, and then I will go over the groceries that we ended up stocking up on today for the next week or two. So leaky gut is when your gut is not sealed. It's supposed to be tightly knit together like this, and it has gaps in it. So that can cause a lot of issues. Sometimes people just have food allergies, and that's exactly what it's related to, leaky gut. The histamine issues that we're having, I think, is related to leaky gut. So you might be wondering what can cause a leaky gut. And there's quite a few things. Toxins, heavy metals like mercury, there's heavy metals in vaccines, and medication. A lot of medication work because they have heavy metals in them. Roundup and pesticides is another big issue. I talked about that a little bit yesterday. And antibiotics are another huge issue. They thin the gut lining and kill all the good bacteria. They might kill other bad bacteria as well, but they're killing all your good resources with it. So now, how is this related to a histamine response? So what happens is your gut's allowing particles that are too big to get through into your bloodstream. This causes your immune system to be like, what's going on? These aren't supposed to be here. And it flares up. It starts an attack. It's like sending an army for something a police officer should be doing or something like that. It's just an over attack because really those things shouldn't be in your bloodstream. This can also be seen with other food sensitivities. Like if you know that you're just sensitive to peppers, well, there might be a reason for that. Your gut just might need to be healed, and you might be able to tolerate peppers again. Leaky gut people usually also have issues with parasites and bad bacteria. And so when those parasites and bad bacteria die, they release more histamines, and they might even release histamines as they survive in your body. I'm not quite sure about that, but I do know when they die, they release a lot of toxins and histamines, which once again, if your gut is not sealed, those toxins and histamines are being released into your bloodstream, causing your body to attack. So your immune system can get drained really quickly the longer you have leaky gut. Oftentimes we're lacking the good bacteria that have like the enzymes to break down histamines if for some reason we have too many of them. So it's a balance of getting rid of the bad stuff slowly and building up our good stuff faster. So I made a list of about 7 things that we are working on to help with our histamine issues. We're going to first of all avoid foods that are high in histamines that are triggering us. Our eggs, avocados, meat. I've talked about this in all the videos. Secondly, we're going to incorporate a lot of animal fats. Since we're not tolerating a lot of animal protein right now, animal fats are very healing for our gut. Third, we're going to take binders to help remove what I think glyphosate and other toxins in our body and in our gut to relieve the pressure on our immune system and allow the good bacteria to come in easier. Fourth is incorporating a good probiotic, like the Prescripticist, that will not cause a histamine reaction. There are some probiotics that will cause more histamine, so you have to be careful with this. And as we tolerate and crave, we're going to try to incorporate more and more of the probiotic jar ferments. But if we don't want them, I'm not going to push that right now since we're getting a good probiotic. Number 5, we're going to incorporate 2 vitamins. We're going to try to do these through Epsom salt baths, so we need more magnesium and vitamin C. And ironically, we want a lot of, Ironically, we are craving a lot of broccoli and carrots right now, which are both really good with vitamin C, especially the broccoli. So we're just going to keep doing that. And I don't want to add extra supplements in. I really try to minimize supplements if we can get through the next few weeks and minimize this issue or see it completely gone. We're just going to keep on with the broccoli and Epsom salt baths. 6 is we might do more enemas or just do them at all. I have not, had time as much lately. Coffee enemas are really good for antihistamine qualities, probably because they help support your liver really good, and they clear out a lot of the old bile that's been in your stomach, which can build up toxins. I've also heard of doing an enema with the probiotic Prescript Assist. So if we get to a point where I feel like I'm ready to try that, I might. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet, but just to have that in our back pocket is a great option. And supporting our liver is number 7. We know the liver does a lot of detoxing, and when our liver gets congested, our body is just not functioning as well. So we kind of are already a little bit fasting, intermittent fasting. So you're fasting for 16 hours and only consuming food during 8 hours of the day can be really healing for a lot of your body. Your cells get a chance to regenerate and heal. And it gives your digestive system a break, so it can take time to actually heal quicker during those fasting periods. Cod liver oil and juicing are other 2 things that we're really harping on. And to be honest, we want them. Gabriella just could take cod liver oil all the time. It's kind of grosses me out a little bit, but I have a hard time with cod liver oil, but I'm still trying to take it once or twice a day. And also the juicing, we're both actually craving more juice than we have been. So we're going to continue on drinking probably 2 full cups of juice a day while we're in this high histamine intolerance issue. Gosh, my eye keeps twitching. It drives me crazy. So now I'm going to send you over to watch Dee help me make some fermented sauerkraut. After sauerkraut?
Yeah, after you make sauerkraut, I'm gonna eat titty?
Maybe. So I'm just reviewing my sauerkraut recipe really quick. Fresh. Hold on. For every liter, this is a 5-liter jar, we'll need about 2 pounds of cabbage. And what we're going to do is shred the cabbage and then measure out our caraway seeds and our salt per pound of cabbage. So I will explain it as we go.
So now, smash it up. Did this smash it up? Smash this.
So first, we remove the outer leaves from our cabbage because they're usually more likely to be contaminated. And cut off this bad spot. And I'm going to cut it in half and core it. You can't eat this right now.
Why? I want to eat some more.
Don't touch it. Next we're going to shred it. Now I have a fancy mandolin, but you could use a knife and just shred it finely. That's so cool. Keep your fingers away. This is very sharp.
After you made the sourdough, did you eat it? No.
Now I'm going to weigh the cabbage. Yeah, you can help me.
Mom,
hold on, man. Your hands are not washed.
it's
Okay, so we have about 1.5 pounds of cabbage.
Yeah.
So for every pound, I'm gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of caraway. So this is 1.5 pounds, so I'll just do 2 because we like caraway. Caraway seeds. And then we also do salt. We add.
I want to do the salt.
Hold on, we gotta get this met. This has to be weight.
I want to do the salt.
Okay, let me get it in here. So for every pound of cabbage, we need how many grams? 5 to 6 grams of salt. So I need about what? 8? No, 9. About 9 grams of salt. There we go, 9. I'm gonna just sprinkle. And we also use coarse sea salt for this and not like a fine salt. So it actually breaks up the cabbage better to release the juices out of the juice as in the water out of it. Now D, what do you get to do, D? He's gonna hammer it to help break down the fibrous cabbage so it can get a good fermenting start. Yeah, just keep going. Yeah, you're gonna put 3 of those in there. You can come out, buddy.
He making sourdough. Now I'm gonna do salt.
Oh, did you put 3 of them?
Yeah.
You did?
I do.
Oh, I put way too much salt. Yeah. Oh, just dump that whole thing in there. Just take this and sprinkle it around. Good job.
I'm smash it. I'm gonna smash it.
Are you gonna smash it up?
Also, I just stopped in.
So Dominic is
Smashing it up.
So Dominic, stop it. So Dominic's smashing the last bit. We're almost to the top. What we're gonna do is fill it up just a tiny bit more and then see if how much water releases from the cabbage. If it's not enough to cover the cabbage, we're going to add a 2% water solution just to keep the cabbage covered while it ferments. And then we'll make our second one. So I had to stop making the sauerkraut because I cut my finger, which I know I was gonna do. I've done that mandolin before without the thing that goes on top of it, fine, but I wasn't thinking that my brain is not fully functioning right now. I'm so tired. So basically tonight I will check the sauerkraut to make sure the water covers the cabbage. And if it does not, I'll add 2% brine just to the shoulder of the jar because it will bubble and rise. And then I'll put the brine bowl in it and close it and seal it with the airlock. Hopefully in 6 to 12 weeks, we have plenty of delicious sauerkraut. So this morning, Mike went to the grocery store and we stocked up. We got 10 karat gold butter, about 8 to 10 packages of bacon, some cauliflower and broccoli. The cauliflower, broccoli, and zucchinis are just to have on hand for vegetable meals, especially for me and Gabriella. The avocados are for the kids to snack on and to go with breakfast. And we're going to try the avocado key lime pie for Oren's birthday. And we have all these carrots and apples for juicing. So this is about 35 pounds of carrots. We'll also use those for meals if we have any after juicing. And then some bags of apples. We still have some apples from last grocery trip. And then lots of cabbage. We're going to start introducing cooked cabbage in some of our meals, and then I'm going to make sauerkraut with this cabbage and some other cabbage we have in our refrigerator. And limes, of course, for the key lime pie we're going to try. Remember, you're the best. Okay, say you're the best. And you're beautiful.